Here we go. Hey, folks, it's the 8 o'clock hour, and it's July 15th, and man, oh man, things are changing rapidly around here. For instance, Kanye West is not going to be president. Hey, I'm John Peasy. Welcome to the show. This is Cool Crap We Love. We talk about the things from the past that we grew up with, like the food, the candy, the movies, the sitcoms, the music, the sex. No. That was a long time ago. But before we even get started with this, and we have some great guests tonight, but before we even get started with the show, I want to thank you all. I'm in my green screen room located deep in the anals of a basement. So before I even get started, we have somebody else that we want to bring up, my co-host and partner in the crime here on Cool Crap We Loved. I want you to welcome my co-host, and his name is Walt Papa Pio.
Crazy.
How many more names can I give?
Just do it, man. No matter. That's how I went. That's how I went through school, man.
Nobody can pronounce your last name.
Nobody. Hey, it's easy. Palo, but
what are you wearing there? What are you wearing there, Walt?
I'm wearing a green screen. Look at what is it? Callahan Auto Parts.
Oh my God!
From the movie Tommy Boy.
those breasts look like Tommy Boy's breasts.
I do. But you know what? Years ago, I cared. Now I don't care. I have old man boobies.
Just shave the nipples, please. Shave those hairy nipples. That's all we're giving up. So hey, how was your week? Good. It's beautiful here in New Jersey today. It's really, I think it's like 80 degrees, cool, breezy. It's beautiful. That's
Same
great.
thing.
Nice.
Same thing here in New York. Same thing. The Big Apple's burning around me, but whatever.
And tonight we're going to have we have a special guest coming up here in a little while, a musician, producer, and composer. But before we do that, the topic tonight, and let's take a look and see what's going on in the comments. Oh, guess who's there? Daniel Millen, the first person in.
Shocker. Shocker.
Oh,
Daniel Miller.
Yeah. All right, we got
Mina Levy there. Mina Levy, Brian Papello.
We have 8 people that are just good friends and fans. Apparently, it's really nice. All I know is when we have to GoFundMe because we're dying, or we need a breast transplant, or perhaps I need hair implants, or I need my chin sucked, and we have the Patreon GoFundMe.
There you go. We got the people that can do it.
I'm waiting for that to happen. So hey. So before we even get started, I know you sent me over some fun stuff that we grew up with candy. We did candy last week, and we're doing candy because there's so much candy that we couldn't even get to.
And there was a lot of people who liked the candy. Some people, friends of mine, reached out to me, and they were like, "Hey, if I got this one. Hey, if I got that one. Hey, if I got this one." I said, "Shut up, Ma. Shut up.
Shut up, Ma." I like the joke. See, there's a candy joke. Speaking of candy jokes, when I was a kid, this is really true. I went to the mall before this COVID thing, and I was in the Apple store, and I felt like a kid in a candy store. Do you know why? Because I couldn't afford anything.
Because you stole one? Because you stole a computer?
So let's bring up some photos. Are you ready to start up? So some of the candies, now I have them in order here, but I'm going to go pull them out. And I pulled a couple that you hadn't even thought about here. I was talking.
Well, we got. Just so you know, we have Mark Gus Scott from Trixter, the hair band back in the 80s
and he looks good.
And 90s. Yeah, he looks good, and he's a fun guy. So he's going to be joining us at the 8:30 hour.
But at 8:30, and all the Trixter fans.
Yeah.
But I don't know what Mark likes to eat. He looks like he likes to eat like pasta.
Mark's an eater. He's
out
owned a restaurant.
He owned a restaurant. I didn't know that.
He owned a restaurant. Yeah.
So, by the way, before we even get into candy, my wife said to me tonight, she goes, I was doing the candy thing. She goes, oh, one of the things I liked when I was a kid? And I was like, what? And I forgot about this. I didn't bring up a picture of it either, but I forgot about
your brother? It's a picture of your brother?
No, our only child, a missing child. So I remember there was, I don't know who made these, but there were these white little nougat things. And no, I'm sorry. It was chocolate caramel, really sticky. It sticks in your teeth. And in the middle was a white piece of sugar. That was really.
I remember it.
What the hell was that?
Oh man, they were great, but they were good if they were soft.
Yeah, because sometimes it was hard, and you had to warm them up.
Yeah, but you get those in your Halloween bag. You get those in a Halloween bag all the time. Caramellos, I think they were.
Oh, is it? You think it's caramello?
I think it might be caramello.
You might be right. We'll ask somebody.
Because it was caramel and a marshmallow in the middle. Caramello.
You might be right. Caramello, and it was soft and really sugary and nice. But that piece in the middle was like boom! It was crack
That
cocaine.
was worth all the work.
Yeah.
All right.
Now, they made another one that was a white nougat, and they used to cut up little pieces of jelly beans and put it in there as well.
That
No?
I don't remember.
Okay, I faintly remember. Look, somebody brought it up to me, and that's why. Now, J.S. Gilbert's saying, "Hey, I live near Bonamo
Banana factory in Coney Island when I was a kid.
Tons of candy. That was the candy. Yeah, that was a big candy thing. Sure, I do remember that. There's a great candy store still in Coney Island, right next to Nathan's, a couple doors down, next to that fried shrimp and stuff that sits out all day with flies on it. It's a beautiful thing. So, hey, I want to bring up some of these brands. You ready?
Let's do it, man.
Okay, because I don't want to waste a lot of time. I really can't wait to speak to Mark Scott. But we have this one.
Loved it.
Bubblicious cola. I don't know cola, but Bubblicious.
I always liked the soda flavored ones for some reason. So when I saw that, I had a choice. But that, if you remember, Bubblicious was great because you could make really big bubbles with those. But that was a takeoff on Bubble Yum.
I think you're right. And Bubblicious, wasn't it soft? It was really soft.
Yeah, it was really soft, and it became really soft. But you could, it was a big piece of like square, like almost rectangle square gum.
And it was pink.
It was pink. Well, cola was like a cola color, that one. But it was the Bubble Yum, which I think I gave you also. The big rumor was there were spider eggs in it. That was
I was going to bring that up. I was wondering if you remember that. Yeah, that's right. What was the thing with the spider eggs? Well, I remember people
spider eggs.
You eat it and there's spider eggs in there. You don't know it until you chew it.
It was embedded into it when they ground it all up to make the gum. They had spider eggs in it, and that was their secret ingredient.
Spider eggs of Bubblicious.
Not Bubblicious, Bubble Yum.
Bubble Yum. Okay. How about these babies? Junior Mints. Now, I don't like these. I know they sell these in the movie theaters all the time. I don't like mint and chocolate. I like my chocolate to be just chocolate, or I want my chocolate to have something else. But no mints and chocolate to me, it doesn't. It's like ketchup on a hot dog. It doesn't work as well.
Love them.
Really?
I do. I eat them to the point where I get myself sick. Those things, and they became. Where did they become famous again? I mean, everybody ate them, but when did they become famous?
Peppermint patty.
They became famous in the Seinfeld episode where Kramer was eating them and he dropped one into like an open body.
That's right.
If you remember
about that.
And you're talking about I gave you York peppermint patties there. I got one, baby. I got one here.
Oh my goodness!
I'm gonna eat it.
See, everybody loves the mints. They love the mints.
Somebody came up with that chocolate and mint thing, and it's awesome.
I don't go for. Look, listen. Daniel Miller saying, "I don't say I love nougat. It doesn't sound good coming out of a man's mouth."
Yeah, you never say that nougat.
Nougat.
He likes when it drips. I don't know.
See, that's Dan. Now, my wife hates mint chocolate, so she says it tastes like toothpaste. I don't go for the mint and the chocolate either. People are into this, not me, man. Even matter of fact, you know what really used to get me angry? You go to the store and get ice cream. I want vanilla chip. I want vanilla ice cream with the chocolate chips in there. I don't want mint chip. And they always had the mint, and it was limited on the vanilla chip.
Yep, the mint. I don't like the mint chocolate chip ice cream, but I do like the junior mints. See. The Pop Rock. I think I gave you Pop Rocks too, but there was a big thing about that Pop Rocks remember that Pop Rocks and Coca-Cola exploded Mikey from Life, killed him.
And by the way, this next one up. By the way, you put up the top 3 things I don't like. Okay, Eric is a kid. Remember this crap?
Love them.
What is that?
Orange slices.
It's sugary. It's called orange slices.
Orange slices, yeah.
Okay.
I love those because what you do is with those, you take them and you bite them and you bite off little pieces of the slices, and then you look and you could see a perfectly smooth
Where's the slices in there? There's no slices in there.
No, you bite it with your teeth. You just bite it and you get you could see how smooth your teeth are on the slice.
In other words, you make a tooth impression with candy.
Yes. You just bite it off like you were biting a bat's head off at an Ozzy Osbourne concert. You bite it off.
I don't mean to be negative, but it's not my favorite candy. Well,
I love everything orange.
Oh, there you go. I won't even bring that up. So Charlie says,
Charlie,
No. Charlie says.
Charlie says, ba 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 ba. What was it?
Come on. Charlie says, love my good and plenty.
Oh, love my good and plenty. Wait, I had the song in my head. I knew what it was.
Charlie says, I love my good
See,
and
now
plenty.
I love those.
Yeah, they were cool. They were cool. Charlie
Which was your favorite, though?
Really
The pink or the white?
Charlie said, da 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 da.
Love my good and plenty. Charlie said, yeah.
Yeah.
Who do you like, the pink ones or the white ones?
I guess I think I would like the pink ones better. I don't remember what the white ones taste like. I don't remember. I just like them both. Didn't they make black ones too?
No, the black was inside. The licorice was inside of them.
Well, black licorice matters, even though you don't see it on the inside.
It's BLM.
Yeah, BLM. I'm not even going there. So the next thing up.
Wait a minute.
What?
There was another one I gave you. Wasn't it good and fruity?
Oh, are you thinking of juicy fruits?
No. I don't blow it. Don't go. There was another one that came out later on called Good and Fruity, which it was the same thing, but it only had fruit flavors.
Was that Richard
instead
Simmons?
of the licorice? What?
Richard Simmons.
Yes, it was little Richard Simmons they had out there. But the Good and Fruity, those are my favorite.
Good and fruity.
Good and fruity. I think I gave those to you, but go ahead.
Oh, here's people going Fun Dip candy cocaine. Fun Dip was candy cocaking. It really
Dan
was.
Knapp, where were you last week? We talked about that.
That's right. Where were you last week? You're not watching the.
Where were you last week?
How about see, now my friend Richie brings up Violent Mints. We just spoke about that off the air. We just said
we're going to bring those up.
And what did it taste like? What does Violet Mints taste like?
Richie Castle, they tasted like perfume, and you couldn't get enough of them. You would crunch those bastards just to get that going through you. You smelled like a lilac bush.
It really rings a bell. Hey, you're right. But wasn't it? What are those? I'm losing my mind. Weren't there those one that you eat that also make your breath taste good? They were purple squares. That was
them.
They're supposed to make your breath good, like in sen and mint, and
Yes, it was like a little wafer type of candy. You weren't supposed to put it in your mouth and like automatically bite it. You're supposed to suck on it to give you good smelling flour breath.
Folks, suck on it.
Suck. Right. That's what candy was made for, sucking.
Nerds, this is before my time. I mean, after my time, rather. When I was a kid, you ate Nerds.
I like Nerds, but they're really sour.
Yeah,
I'm like what?
I'm not into it. It's almost like the candy market ruined kids' taste buds. In other words, we grew up having the sugar cocaine that we had, and all of a sudden they had to elevate it. They made potato chips that were good, then they made onion, then they made barbecue. Now it had to be super this and super that, exploding flavors. And they did it with candy.
Kettle potato chips, right?
What's that?
I like the kettle ones.
Yeah,
kettle
but
potato chips
flavors that everything has to explode in your mouth. So I think we've already this little minuscule taste bud that's on it. We have these little dots will draw us to do all the craziest crap. It's amazing.
But those Nerds were good, and if you got a lot of them, you could break your teeth. Like you put them in there and you grind it down to powder, and then all it was a pixie stick and little balls. That's all it was.
Hey, what's a rabbi's favorite candy? Do you know?
A rabbi's favorite candy is probably, I don't know,
jujubes.
That's two rabbis' favorite candy.
That's right. Thank you very much. Correcting my joke. I didn't think of that. That's a good point. And then I brought this up before. Juicy fruits. This is a classic too at the movie theaters. When you went to see a movie and as a kid, this was the box that you'd buy.
Yeah, Juji fruits.
Juji.
So it's not Juju, it's Juji fruits.
You're
but
right.
These were good because they all came in different sizes. But they were, But they had a burst of flavor in them. So those had a lot of flavor in them. And but they would stick to your teeth, and you'd have to get a pen cap and dig them out of your teeth and stuff like that. I was looking, Daniel, you're a crazy. The stuff you come up with, Necco wafers.
This now, Richie, you missed it last week. We brought up pictures. And we talked about.
Oh my God!
You missed it last week. You can watch that on last week. And here's somebody, Lance Silver, marathon bars. Who doesn't like a marathon bar?
What is a marathon bar?
I have a picture of it here if you want. actually.
Do you? It's like a Snickers bar, right?
That's on my list here. Let me pop over after Juji fruits. There was the Pop Rocks, popping candy. Now this, we did something we spoke about a couple of weeks ago about they had, there was oral sex and all this kind of stuff with these things. That there was a commercial about it that they took off the other. It's on YouTube, which we can't play because we'll get in trouble again.
Yes.
Big
but
time.
these were awesome because what you would do, these were like little, I want to say like little rocks. Well, that's why they call them pop rocks, but they were tiny pebbles, and you put them on your mouth, and the saliva activated them to pop on your mouth. That's what they would do. So the oral sex thing is just a thing you can do with it.
It's a given.
But I don't suggest you do that.
I just would like to find out. I never had that experience. I never met some broad that says, "Hey, come here, I got to show you something."
Hey, listen, Dawn, I know what you're getting for Christmas.
Thank you very much. How about this? Red Hots.
Love them.
Oh, don't like. See, you brought up all the stuff I'm really not crazy about. I'm sorry to tell you that.
Really? You don't like Red Hots?
No, I don't like this stuff. No. Tell me what's so great about. Tell me, Walt, what's so great about Red Hots?
All right. So Red Hots, they're like these little Red Hot candies. They're all the same, not like Pop Rocks and all these other ones. They were all the same, and you could put them in your mouth. It was good if they were soft, but most of the times they were hard. And then you'd bite down on them. But if you bit down on them and you got enough of them in your mouth, you're almost testing to see how many you can take before your tongue burns off.
Yeah, I see. I don't like. I guess because I didn't like hot food, but now this one I liked.
Hang on. One other thing you do with Red Hots, you take them and put them under your tongue and see how long you can last. That's on that little thing.
All right, please.
See how long you last with that.
Looking at the way, I don't think you'd last very long. Just showing me that. That's creepy. I think I do remember that, though. I think you're right. I think I do remember.
Hey, you put them under your tongue to see how long you can last.
I used to do the same thing with Tic Tacs. You remember the little white Tic Tacs?
Yeah.
You put it in your mouth. You always liked the first taste of it, and then I would spit it out. It got too hot.
No, see, they had the red ones that were actually really hot, and they were the same thing as Red Hots.
But the little white Tic Tacs, the
original ones,
the very first taste was good.
Yes,
I liked that flavor, whatever, and then it dissipated 1, 2, 3.
Listen, that was all bull. That you only needed one Tic Tac. That was bull. One Tic Tac did nothing. First of all, you put it in your mouth, you crunch it, and it'd be gone. So now you're on to your second Tic Tac.
Listen, after I've seen you just open up your mouth, I believe you. Sugar babies.
See, these are good.
Chocolate and caramel wrapped into.
You like that?
Yeah. And again, this is another thing. I was brought up in Brooklyn, New York. There's a place called the Fort Wayne Theater in Bay Ridge, right near Borough Park on the border over there. And sugar babies and Juji fruits and good. These are all like the standard boxes of candy that you used to buy, and that was one of the I love those. Yeah, you too.
What we used to do with my kids is we would go. There's a movie theater in the ShopRite Plaza. So what we would do is we would go into ShopRite and buy the candy, the Juji fruits, the sugar babies, the Raisinets, all of those. The boxes, they were $1.19, whereas when you went in the theater, they were $4. And then we stuff them down our pants. So because they were, they didn't want to see you bringing in foreign candy. And that's how we.
Yeah, I did that too as a kid. Yeah, I would actually bring in a hero in my pants.
That's not a hero.
I was a little chubby. You see? Now this guy Dan goes, Charleston Chew Frozen. Who was I talking about with this? They were like, you don't have
last week we talked about Dan. Look at the last week's show.
No, but I want to bring up a point. I was talking with somebody last night, and I said, I used to take the Charleston Chews, put them in the freezer, and freeze it, and then you bang it on the table and crack it in little pieces. And my friend of mine was telling me, you don't have to freeze it. You could just crack them anyway. And I said, no, you need to be really cold to get the right crack. Do you remember that?
That's not why you did it.
I just like I like my chocolate cold.
Yes, that's why you did it. But you can buy the little Charleston Chews, and you don't have to crack them. But the reason you did it was cold.
I like the crack in them. Flying saucers, top and bottom, thin wafer, small candy.
All right, listen, Rick and Dan, get off the show. Get off the show because we were talking about that last week.
Well, it's funny that we were talking about that last week because I was actually thinking about that today.
Flying saucers?
Well, yeah, and I
They're
don't
the
know,
body of Christ with
but,
little balls in them.
little balls in the body of Christ. Let me bring up another one.
Don't say that too loud.
They're going to take down my head as a statue. All right. Again, this is like I was living before this. This is like
No, you weren't.
I
You weren't.
really.
I thought the same thing, and those things were invented in 1970.
Really, they were never big
Yep.
for me as a kid. This was like not a big thing for me.
They sell them. They sell them in the Little League stand over here now. But back then, we used to get them, and you put them on your hand. You got the big ring, and you walk around. You know, that's what you were doing with them.
That's why I need.
I did that once. I did it once. It just didn't look right, so I stopped doing it.
Well, it depends who was watching you. So,
but if you like the girl, you got her a ring pop, and you gave it to her. So
right.
And then she was your girlfriend.
Yeah, I would imagine that's the way to seal the deal. Any girl that could eat a ring pop quickly was the girl you want to get involved with.
No, you didn't want. If she grabbed that ring pop quickly, move on to the next girl.
Yeah, that's
gonna push you away a little bit.
How about this, Chucky? Now I don't remember 4 little pieces. I remember 1 square.
That's what I don't remember 4 pieces either.
Okay, but I did like them. They made them with raisins and they made them with nuts, right?
I didn't like them with raisins. I'm a peanut guy.
Me too.
I don't like them with the nuts, but I like them. I like them big, thick, black chocolate.
I found out later in life I have an allergy I get headaches from peanuts, so I don't eat peanuts any longer. But
you're one of those?
Yeah, I'm one of those. I don't know what happened. I found that late in life. I also found out I had intolerance to like lots of creamy stuff, like fresh mozzarella. You know,
really?
Stuff like that. Yeah, I found this stuff. It took me 40 years. I used to actually go to my mother-in-law's house and had to take the dump on the way home, and then think it was bad cooking, and ended up being.
I'm not
take the managot.
I'm not a cheese guy. I'm not a cheese guy by any meaning. I go to get a hamburger. It's hamburger, no cheese. I go to White Castle, no cheese.
White Castle, stop bragging. Stop bragging with old places that you go, high-end places that you go to.
So I had those at my wedding, man.
You just showed me your breast. I would never imagine a guy like you was eating White Castles. I would never thought.
I had White Castles at my reception.
That's really cool. Do you know I went to this big event in New York City with wine? I did a roast for the guy who owns some wine company, lives in Puerto Rico. And on the outside, it was in Manhattan at this really high-end place downtown across from the Wall Street. And on the way out, they had buckets and buckets of Kentucky. After they had filet mignon and lobsters and all this stuff and lamb chops, as you left, there was pizza and buckets of Kentucky fried chicken for people to leave us. And it was like, that's the kind of party that for me, fried pizza and fried chicken.
That's me too, man. Everybody was drinking at the end of my wedding. Everybody went back to the hotel and grabbed bags of White Castles, and we ate them back at the hotel.
That's cool, man. And here is that York peppermint patty.
There it is. You get the sensation. You get the sensation.
Not into it. Here's
you don't like it.
Something else you put.
Hang on.
Like this either. Oh yeah, you got your own. You got one. Look at you. The body of Walt.
See that?
Nah,
perfect teeth mark.
Yes, right. Your implant.
So imagine this was the orange slice from before.
Right.
Right. And take a.
And you got the perfect teeth mark.
Perfect teeth mark.
Imagine you were instead of that, you were having the what was the other ones that get stuck in your teeth and your teeth came out. I don't like this either. Hot tamales.
Listen to me. You don't like cinnamon. You don't like cinnamon.
No.
You know, if you're ever going to sell your house, did you know this? Get a cinnamon candle and burn it in the house. People are more apt to buy your house if it smells like cinnamon than not.
I would just burn down the house and take the insurance money. I'm more apt to get more money than trying to sell it.
The problem with that is it was a great idea until you just put it on tape.
Hey, this now I'm going to pull up a couple that you didn't send me. I'll pull up one real quick. This is something that
don't blow through them. Don't blow through these. We got Mark. We still got
I know I want to bring Mark in here, but this is something that you hadn't thought of, and somebody mentioned to me yesterday, and I thought, damn, why didn't we bring that up? It's classic.
Love it.
Everyone loves Cracker Jack.
Love them. The 3-pack, dude. That's a 3-pack.
And I love the 3-pack. This is before they took it out of the box and put it into one of those little soft, little envelopes. But What
The bags.
Who is Cracker Jack? Who is that sale guy? And why is he on there?
I don't know, man. Whoever, but they got peanuts in there, so I don't want to see John Peasy's head blow up.
Yeah, it's true. And what was inside there? It was so cool. This.
Yeah. See, that was but they were good toys. I mean, years ago, they used to give you like a ring. They used to give you a magnifying glass.
Spider.
They give you
a little comic book, little comic book with jokes, a tattoo.
Tattoos. Now you get like a little thing that breaks apart and you fold it in half and it's a butterfly.
Here's something else, Walt, that I didn't think about that was really cool. What about this?
Pez! God damn it,
right.
I forgot
Why didn't
about
you think of that? You're showing me hot tamales. What about this? This was beautiful children's candy. I mean, this is so stupid. It's great. And it made a ton of dough.
Who doesn't know about Pez?
I don't know.
Pez, whoever came up with that idea, where his head is like that, you put the candy in his back, then you push his head back, and a piece of candy comes out from the head.
That's right. You pull down it's a Pez neck, and they make
Pez head.
All different kinds.
Yeah, I like that. I love Pez. Until I found out it was just easier to eat them out of the wrapper. What is that?
Read that. White Castle Wedding
Pops. White Castle Wedding Pops. What a catch you are, Walt. Thank you. Another big fan.
My friend here goes, so no Pinelli special. Now, Pinelli specials, people don't know what it is, but in Brooklyn on 13th, 18th Avenue used to sell a thing called Pinellis. You ever have a Pinelli?
No.
Oh, God, it was so good. Pinelli it's chickpeas mashed up into a little square patty, and they fry it, and it's like yellow and square. It's delicious. And then they put it on a roll, a white roll with little toasted sesame seeds on top, and they would put ricotta and fresh mozzarella on this roll with that fried piece of hot. I am telling you, it is a belly bomber of unbelievable proportions. It's an Italian kind of thing, off the Brooklyn Avenue. It's really great.
One time a girl says to me, I said, I can make anything funny. She goes, oh yeah, make chickpea funny. Make chickpea. So I sent her a message. I said, these two garbanzo beans were at a tailgate, and they were all drinking, and they said, hey, want to go over there and watch that chickpea?
It's a good joke. How about candy is dandy, but liquor is quicker? That's how old that one is. Let me say, hey, listen, we're almost at the hour here. Let me do one more, and then I want to bring on our friend Mark. So when it comes, okay, again, this is great. Of course, that was great. And here's something you didn't think about. I threw this up, and I ran into this by accident, but this was something that was really popular.
I love the gold.
Me too.
The gold. Yeah, it was gum.
Yeah, but it was like you were a miner and you got a bunch of little golden nuggets of sugary gum in a bag like you really mined it. It's just so silly. It's funny.
Now it looks like corn.
Yeah, it does look like corn, doesn't it? Yeah.
But those were great because I'll tell you, with me, I loved carrying that little bag of gold around. So I ate that sparingly.
And they gave you a whole bunch in there too. Somebody brought up a Marathon bar, and there it is. There's the chocolate caramel Marathon bar. You asked what was in it? Chocolate and caramel. That's what.
See, I like that. So I might have to try one of those. I like the 100 grand bar too.
What about was 1 million? Is it 100 grand bar or a million?
It was $100,000 bar, but then they just they shortened it to 100 grand.
And there was something else called whatchamacallit.
Oh, I love that. That's a whatchamacallit. I love that.
Okay,
that's
almond joy. Almond joy.
I'm not an almond guy.
Or mounds, because they're the same thing. One's got an almond.
Yeah. Almond joy's got nuts. Mounds don't. I remember it.
Yeah, well,
but I wasn't an almond joy or a mounds guy. Milky Way and Snickers.
Both. Matter of fact, at Halloween, when they used to give you the little ones, I would go through the bag and get all the almond joys and all the mounds.
Really?
Yeah.
See, those I would just give those away because I just didn't even bother.
It's creamy, it's fatty, it's moisty, it's sugary, it's chocolatey. It's got the whole game. It's fried chicken. It's juicy.
See, now I got to try it.
Huh?
Now I got to try it.
You haven't. Oh well, I guess if you don't like. Anyway, it's the 30-minute hour here, so it is time to. It's time to bring
on our guest. Our guest. You want to introduce him?
I think you should. I just want to say one thing. I've just met Mark, and he's a musician, a producer, and a composer. And I was looking up some of the things about things he's done. He has a really great backdrop of #1 videos on MTV, top 20 on AOR radio, top 40 album on Billboard charts. I mean, I don't know what else you want to say. I mean, it's so much to say about him. But I'd be more than happy.
He's the drummer from Trixter, the band, the 80s hair band, which really hit it in the 90s with the song 1 in a Million. And he's a good guy, fun guy. Mark Scott. Mark Gus Scott.
Let me bring him on up here. Mark. Boom, there he is.
The best part. What's that background music? That
means he's going to be.
Hey, Johnny, how are you?
You know what that music is? Free.
There's no royalties on it. No royalties.
We have no.
I would have given you a license.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me, guys. And by the way, I was listening to some of the stuff. You know, you guys forgot like a whole list of great candies from back in the day. You hit me with that Gold Rush, that last one. I was like, I wanted to bring that one up. That was my favorite, the Gold Rush. You know, it was like it had value when you had it. You'd stick it down the table. I got my bag. You know, it's like that was the stuff. And you'd want to eat the whole bag in like one shot. Oh, I better say so. Yeah, that was a classic candy. Classic.
What did you eat as a kid? Seriously, what was your favorite thing as a kid? What did you eat?
I remember sitting on the curb of the sidewalk, me and my buddies, and one of the best things I had, remember those button candies? It was like strips of paper with 5 or 6 dots across, all the way down. You'd bite them off the paper, and a little piece of paper come off, you spit it out. Get the paper, get the pen. This out. After a while, you just ate the paper. But remember the dots? What do they call? I think it was dots.
Candy dots.
Yeah, and you bite them, you rip them off the paper, and the paper would always stick onto the stupid thing, and you probably ate more paper than you ever should have. But yeah, that's how we got our fiber. Register tape. It was like registered tape with little dots.
That's right? It is like registered tape. It is.
Now, I haven't seen those. Yeah, I haven't seen them in 30, 40 years. Like,
they sell them.
They're out there.
They still sell them.
We brought it up this week.
There you go. And I've noticed also, you go to your local convenience store, you'd never see the stuff that they had back in the day, aside from like a Hershey bar or something. But man, I'm telling you, like the classic candy, you go to these specialty candy shops, they have the Gold Rush and stuff like that. Yeah. But I haven't seen the buttons.
They're there. They're actually, we said last week, wasn't it at the place that makes the family-oriented country?
Yeah, there's a box of candy. It's like $29.99. It's classic candy, and it's got it all in there. You can buy it right on the internet and have it delivered.
What was it called? Country something? I know when I drive through Pennsylvania, they're every 5 miles. It's the same Cracker Barrel.
Oh, a Cracker Barrel.
Yeah,
Cracker Barrel.
Yeah, they probably. Yeah, that's a good hit right there. They got the classic stuff. So all the stuff that make you feel wonderful from the kid. They're smart like that. Little nostalgia in the whole store that they got cooking over.
Orange soda.
Don't they have orange soda today?
Green soda.
Yeah,
they got all those old sodas.
Okay, hold on. You guys forgot one of the classic candies of all time. You ready for this? You ready? Okay.
Go ahead.
How about the wax bottles with the liquid crap inside? Remember that?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what the hell you call it, but it was the little soda bottles. You bit the top off of the wax top, you spit it, and then you suck it, and then you chew on the wax. You got to get every last drop out of that damn thing. Right?
Well, he thinks.
You know what I'm talking? Am I talking out of my butt here? Do you remember that?
Hang on, Mark. We did it last week.
Oh, you got me. That's it. Yeah. What do you call them?
Wax bottles.
Oh well, there it is. Okay, it's a marketing genius that came up with that name.
Yeah, imagine that. Imagine the 3 guys in a room.
Imagine the boardroom. Okay, we're gonna have a meeting about the wax bottle thing. What are we gonna call this? We got a name here. Got a name here. Why don't we just call it wax bottles? Okay, meeting over. I mean, really? They couldn't get a little creative with this, you know?
Give that guy a raise. Yeah, wax bottles is a really great one back from the day. That really
classic. Now, I haven't seen those in 40-something years.
They're out there.
Barrel.
They're Cracker Barrel. Mark, where were you?
I got a list. Yeah. Now, I wasn't a fan of this one, but Mary Jane, wasn't that a classic, like freaking thing?
Yeah, if you like to take your fillings out, absolutely.
I didn't like the taste of it, to be honest. I didn't like the taste.
Good. Hit us with the rest of the list. Let's hear the rest. I want to hear what else.
Well, you did the sugar babies, but it all emanated from the sugar daddy.
Yeah,
Sugar daddy, if I'm not mistaken, was the first product in the product line. And then somebody actually got pretty smart. Back then, they didn't really get too creative. They had their one staple, and they kind of let that go for generations. I think the sugar daddy people were one of the first people to actually sit down and say, listen, how can we expand upon the offerings that we have? You know, instead of just one car on the lot, now they got like a whole bunch. They had the babies. They had the sugar mama. They had, the bigger one, right? And I'm trying to think what else they had. I think they had something else too, but they were creative in the sense that it was the same crap. They just made different sizes and shapes and then put it in chocolate for the babies and whatnot. That's smart. You know what I mean? That's somebody that was driving the brand, not just letting the brand go and, we'll just sell the same thing we did. You know what
was great about those sugar daddies? They were on a stick and they were big caramel on, a big long rectangle, but you would bite it. And I don't know about you guys, but I would try to pull it as far as I could, and it would break, and you'd have that long piece of caramel that would be sticking out. You like
sticking that big, thick one in your mouth, making it, pulling it real hard, do you?
As I was saying it, I was grabbing it back. I knew Mark was going to run with it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Walt, you could find him at the corner of 42nd and 8th on every Saturday night. He runs discounts, and he'll have a sugar baby for you. Oh, yes, he will.
I will be your sugar baby.
Right, he's absolutely right. Those things, they did form into like a banana. When you pulled it out, it came to a point.
You pull it long enough.
It was a chocolate sickle at the
John's
end.
got form. You see the way he does that? Oof.
Caramel
I got a shimmer. Drink to that.
How about this one? Okay, Mark, you hit us on it. We'll give you one of the ones. Walt doesn't know about this, but this is a classic too. One of those classic candy. Ready? Boom.
Oh wow! What the heck is that?
Whistle
pops. Oh God! I remember about that. I remember the ice cream trucks used to have them.
Yep. Yeah. Where were you raised? What state?
Paramus, Bergen County.
Oh, right here.
Jersey.
Right, Jersey.
Yeah.
Okay.
8 miles in front of the GW Bridge.
Nice.
Me and Mark met at the roller rink on 17.
Paramus.
Was that after the wedding with the White Castles?
White Castle's right down the road on 17. Yeah.
Mark, I got married at the Landmark right there on 17.
Oh, get out of town.
Yeah.
That was a nice spot.
Wow. I've been at the Landmark a million times for all the
places. That's 17 of Patterson Plank Road over there. I know it. Sure.
Wow.
It was a furniture store, and now it's gone.
But now, Mark,
is that right? Oh, wow.
But Mark, you're down in the Southwest. Am I right? You're in the Southwest.
Yes, sir. Phoenix, Arizona.
How's that in comparison to New Jersey?
Well, the taxes are a lot cheaper. I'll say that.
Yeah, and the weather's a lot warmer.
Honestly, you know what the weird thing? Growing up as a kid, Bergen County, Paramus, New Jersey, it was probably the best upbringing you could get. Great schools. I lived 3 doors down from Van Saun Park. Great kids, great town. It was outstanding. It really was. I mean, everything was wonderful. I really can't knock it. As time went on, the population swelled to ridiculous proportions. The average people per square mile there now is arguably the highest in the country outside of New York City. It's just crazy. It's out of control, and the price of homes is higher. The tax base is ridiculous. I mean, it's crazy. And it's literally a rat race for you to go 3 miles in town. You better pack lunch and plan extra time just to get around the corner. I mean, it's rough. It really is. And it's very frustrating.
Arizona's open, easy, no problem. It's not like a congestion. You don't have all those issues.
In comparison to Jersey, absolutely not. Now, there's a rush hour here, yes, so it can get thick during that if you're going towards the city or something like that. Or in general, kids. What's weird about here? Don't try to go near an elementary school or a high school during, the time that they're going in. Every mother in the world drops their kid off at school. I used to walk a mile each way. Around here, they don't do. I mean, they all drop. So the line of cars for parents to drop off kids, it jams up everything. It's like, what the hell are you doing?
Well, that's because the towns that you were from are really small and tight, and you could actually. I walked to school 5 blocks every day when I was a kid too. I would walk like 7 blocks to go to school every day, and I even went home for lunch.
Us too, 3 blocks, 4 blocks.
Yeah.
Mark, well, that's good for you because you're not allowed near schools anyway.
Well, actually, you shouldn't say that. He's innocent of all the charges so far.
I was acquitted, God damn it.
Never convicted.
How about here we go. There you go.
Hi-oh, fun. Hey, candy cocaine. All right.
It goes right over Walt. This actually fits right over your face perfectly.
Perfect.
Who's Walt? He used to be here.
That's terrible. Terrible.
It is terrible. I can maybe.
No, but you're right. I guess, when you think about it, the average walk to school for a kid in Arizona is substantially more than a mile, I would imagine. So, yeah, it's great. And I think that there's more concern amongst parents, or they take it their personal responsibility, take care of their kid and get them over there. But, man, what a gridlock it causes. And thank goodness I don't really have to get up that early. But on a couple of occasions, try getting to the airport at around that hour, you are screwed. So that could be a problem. But otherwise, regular traffic, smooth as could be, my friend. The highways are new. As far as North Phoenix is concerned, there's no potholes. I mean, it's wonderful. So it's a different life. It's a different sort of thing. Maybe and I can't tell you, I'm just really happy here. Really happy.
When I retire, where are you going to go? You're going to stay upstate New York? You're going to go like some warm place and like God's waiting room?
I'm going south. I'm flying south forever.
South.
Give me 7 more years.
South is it's like Florida. I hate to say this, but you go down to Florida, it is a melting pot of weirdness, in my opinion.
I don't care. I'm going to go down. I'm going to go down there, and I'm going to eat the COVID. That's how much I want to get out of New York.
Yeah. Okay. I hear you. Hey, what about you guys? Did you ever have one of these? It's another strange one. Here you go.
Oh, Tootsie Pops, right?
Yeah.
Tootsie Pops.
Dude, I used to eat those like crazy. Absolutely. Yeah. But I try to get the chocolate ones. I don't like the fruity colors. I want chocolate. The chocolate ones were the puppy. Yeah.
The chocolate was great. I like the cherry ones too. But you would never get to the bottom. You always would crack it before you got to the inside, right?
How about 3?
The owl was right.
I love those.
How about
what was that?
Ice cubes.
Oh, I remember those. I don't remember eating them, but I remember the look of them. Yeah.
Well, you know what was great about them? It was chocolate, and I don't know how they did it, but it almost made, when you ate it, it felt like it was ice, that like the chocolate was cold, and you didn't even have to make it cold.
I don't remember that.
I don't remember that either.
Ice cube. They had some kind of shit on it that probably gave us cancer. And,
really?
And it made it was cold all the time.
That's why we didn't get COVID, because we had the ice cubes.
We're all COVID free.
So who would have known that was the cure?
Speaking of which, what is Mark Scott doing during COVID down in Arizona? What are you doing? What's going on? I mean, you were on tour and doing all this stuff for a while, and all of a sudden,
I'm sucking on jujubes and sugar daddies over here. What are you talking about? I'll be honest with you. This is the strangest climate that I think the music industry has ever seen, in the sense that a guy like Elton John can't even get a gig. How crazy is that? How ridiculous is that? A world where mandates of masks rule as opposed to optional precaution taking, things like that, and let's just tank the country. So I really don't know what to think, fellas. I really don't.
But Mark, he's a rock and roll guy, obviously a drummer for a hair rock and roll band back in the 80s, 90s. But you also just put out a country single, right?
Yes, I did. What's the name of that? That was Trixter's first single out of the box. Back in 1990, and this past May is the 30th anniversary. So I did a remake and gave it a little more country kick, something I call power country, and it's been very well received. It was really cool, and I got to tell you, the part of me that's kicking myself is that I was set to film a video for April in this past April, and COVID hit in March, and I had to cancel all my plans. It was supposed to be a big live video at the Arizona Bike Week in Scottsdale, and it's supposed to be a big darn thing, and it totally got crushed. It was the idea of making me launch into a live performing situation, and now I'm kind of screwed. I'm just waiting. And I hate the idea of waiting. It's very frustrating. It really sucks.
Everyone's having the same issue too. I was supposed to do some sort of thing, taping and stuff too. I'm looking forward to doing. I can't get anything done either. It's terrible, but this too will pass, like everything else.
Just like a gallstone, right?
Yeah, I mean, I look back. I remember. I mean, think about the War of 1812. Think about all the things that we all look at back.
Yeah, I remember when that happened. Yes.
Yes, I'm sure.
Why you gotta bring that up? You know that's a
Burning
sore
down the
subject
White
with me,
House and
John.
crap. Listen to you. Yeah. Oh, those were the days. Yes. What
How
tough
about
times they were.
What candy were you eating in 1812?
Did they have candy?
Molasses.
Oh my God.
You're eating molasses.
They probably had the gold mine candy, the bag of gold. I'm sure they had that.
The real gold. Yeah. You know, when I was a kid too, I don't know about you guys, but one of the classics was another classic of.
I eat them today.
Man, I forgot about them.
I still get them. Dude, you go to the dollar store, you get them a buck a piece, a big fat box. That's not a bad deal. And yeah, not that they're good for you, but you watch a movie, and I do the buffet thing. You get a soda, you get a popcorn, and you have to get the milk duds, and then you futz around with them in your molars the whole time while you're watching. It keeps you occupied. It's good.
I love this guy. He's just like you and Mike. He's just like one of those guys just like to eat.
I told you.
Yeah,
I told you
likes to eat.
He was going to be gold. I knew he was going to be a bag of gold on this show.
Come on, particularly guys from the Northeast. This is what we did, fellas. We always snuck into the movies, and we brought our own freaking candy.
It's true.
And there was always a candy store right next door to the goddamn theater. So what are you going to do? Oh, you know what? Let's not get the $1 candy. Why don't we wait till we get inside the theater and get the $10 candy? What a better idea that is.
I remember my mother going like, "All right, how much is it to get into the movie theater? Okay, it's $1.50. Here's $1.50, and here's an extra 50 cents for something." It's like, well, I need more money for the stuff. I want the big popcorn with lots of butter.
You're gonna need a second mortgage on the house to get that crap today. I mean, holy cow!
Here's what
I got to tell you, I can respect a business that needs to make a profit. They need to make $1. They got to do what they got to do, and that's cool. But come on, you're telling me now in the old days they had a tub of popcorn like freaking mango, right?
Loved it.
Today, the biggest thing they offer isn't all that big, and it's like freaking $9.
I know.
It's like, and it's popcorn, guys. You know how much margin there is in popcorn? Come on, man. And when they're buying in bulk like movie theaters do, look, I know you got to make a living, and I don't care getting raked over the coals a little bit. Just don't rake me over the coals and drive over me with an 18-wheeler. You know what I mean? Come on. I think there's a point where it's like, really?
I'm with you.
Movies don't make money, though. So they make no money on the actual entry fee into the movies. They make all their money on the candy and the soda.
Yeah, but does that justify them taking 40 cents of popcorn and charging $9?
Hey, Mark, listen, I know a guy that sells a Fire Stick, and for $10 a month, you don't ever have to go to the movies again.
Well, there's value inherent in that product, okay? Right? Where's the value in a $9 popcorn?
There is none.
I was at a movie theater in Taiwan. They were actually grilling a chihuahua in front of me.
What kind of show did I sign up for here? Grilling chihuahuas, putting sugar mamas in your mouth and pulling it and pulling it and pulling it. I need to screen these things better. Okay? Where's my agent? Jesus Christ.
He has an agent?
I don't anymore. There's no show.
Is it Reuben Kincaid from 1812?
When Mark had a real agent, he didn't have to shop in the dollar store for milk duds.
That's true. But I did anyway.
You guys are a bunch of
hi-yo. Goobers and Raisinets. See, I didn't eat the Goobers. I ate the Raisinets. I still do today.
I ate the Goobers.
What is the Goobers? What's in the Goobers?
Peanuts.
Oh, see, I didn't eat the peanut, and I like peanuts, but I like
chocolate covered peanuts.
Raisinets.
Come again?
Milk chocolate covered nuts. Peanuts.
You leave my nuts out of the Goobers.
I like the nuts, and as a matter of fact, I love the chocolate covered almonds too. That's nice. You guys, you see, people are not big nut guy. Chocolate and nuts is like the most perfect thing, and then put it in ice cream.
No.
It's bing, bing, bing. Yeah.
You like Nutella?
I had it last night.
I don't eat Nutella either.
I'm not a Nutella. I do like I like almond. So my biggest favorite of all time is probably Hershey with almond bar. That's number one.
Yeah.
And I like chocolate covered almonds. Yeah. But
and cold with milk.
You know what the problem with cold and fried? It's too hard to bite. And I screw my teeth up. I can't do it. I like storing them in the fridge, but I take it out, let it sit for a little while before I have it. Maybe, you know, I prefer a nice air-conditioned room temperature chocolate. I can't have it cold. When I bite into it, I don't want it to snap. I want it to go, you know what I'm saying?
I love it. He's just like us.
You know, I want the chocolate to all over the mouth. I don't want to go snap up there that goes no good. No, the flavor. You got to get the flavor, and that has to be the soft thing. You got to, you know, something. It's got to mold around the tongue, around everything going on in there. You know,
he's right.
Flashed a chunky bar. I just had a chunky bar before, like before it came on here, and they always. I really did, and they always had the square things. So if you try to eat it cold, you're gonna break your freaking teeth.
Well, you also still get the imprint of the tooth in the cold chocolate. You see, because that's what he likes. He likes the imprints of his
I like
teeth.
the imprint of the smooth imprint of my teeth.
Well, yeah, you could just cancel your orthodontist appointment then. Yeah, just do it yourself. Go ahead.
I think Mark is taking an EpiPen at the. He's probably. I can see him shooting up insulin while he's doing it.
Mark, hey Mark, when you ate the chunky, was it in the 4 pieces or was it the one big?
I got a big sucker. Forget 4. It had like freaking 12 piees. Hey. The bigger one. It's actually cheaper per ounce to get the larger ones.
It gets you diabetes.
I said, if you're going to do it, I'm going to freaking do it. You know. So
what about
block? And even the Hershey bars, I get the giant ones.
Yeah.
You figure 1 bar is like $1, right? I get the big thing for $2.89. It's like 5 bars. You know, how do you not get it? It's like, if I'm going to do it, I'm doing it right, pal. You know,
Mark, you're on the road.
$1 candy bar.
You're on the road. You're on the road. You're driving state to state. You're doing gigs. You're out there. Tell me, you know this. I buy the huge. I can't even explain it. This huge brick of Rice Krispies with marshmallows. It's almost like the size of it must be. It must be the size of like 2 pillows on my bed. It's like
those aren't pillows.
No, I don't grab them this way. This way. You ever eat those? You ever eat that on the road? The big, like the truck stops?
Yeah, I've seen them. Yes, I can't. Me personally, I didn't eat them, but I'm familiar with them. Yes, but no.
It's great.
Luckily, Mark is not allowed in truck stops anymore either.
I was acquitted of those charges as well.
There you go, Willie Walker. How are you? So let me bring up another one of these. How about one of these? Now this is a classic here too. There you go.
Licorice,
yeah. I wasn't the biggest licorice fan, but I remember those big time. Sure.
The long one. And do you remember they used to make a licorice that was wider and it was round, and in the middle is a little white dot with a piece of hard candy in the middle?
Oh, I don't know that one. That one I don't know.
There was a row of them, and it looked like it was made as a roll. It was like a licorice roll. It was like 6 inches long.
Like braided?
Not braided, like rolled, like as if you rolled it into like a joint kind of a roll. And they were cut in pieces, like little sections. And then when you, in the middle of it, there was a little hard piece of round white candy.
I don't remember that.
That
might have been cocaine. That might have been your cocaine days, man.
I just like that.
I guess we better get some of that.
Right. How about these babies?
Oh yeah, sweet tarts, right?
No.
What are
those? Are the Valentine hearts.
I see what they are. What do you call them?
Valentine heart. Another big marketing decision.
Leftovers.
I remember those. And they had little sayings on them and stuff. They're a little chalky to the taste, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
You give those to a girl in school. You'd hand them over to the girls, and you'd actually be telling her what you thought by handing her a piece of candy.
Yeah, like
worked out real well for me, Mark.
How about these babies?
I know what they are, but I didn't eat those. I did not eat those. I'm not a gummy bear fan. The gummy stuff, I'm not big on. I'm being honest. I didn't. I know they're very popular. Bag of those.
They give you a bag about the size of my head for like $5.99.
They were very economical. But yet again, I did not indulge.
He's into discount candy, Mark. Well,
no, I'm into buying in bulk. That's what it is.
I bet you he has like a whole cow in his garage for steaks.
Mark's that guy who bought that big jawbreaker that you can never break.
Yeah.
I did like jawbreakers. Yeah.
Who didn't like? How about Chuckles? I didn't like this either.
I'm very that is that is certainly a classic candy. Absolutely. Was that Evil Knievel on that
Yeah,
thing?
Sure was.
Was he a
Look at that little
spokesperson for
marketing.
Chuckles?
On the Bisco, it says Evil Knievel goes for Chuckles.
Okay, I didn't know. I never knew that he was associated with that. That's pretty cool. But again, familiar with them. I probably have tried them, but I can't say I really bought them on a regular basis. No, I didn't.
You know what you do with those? You put them in your mouth, and this is going to sound as gay as possible.
Here we go again.
And you suck all the sugar off of them until they're just a sugarless candy. The little games I play with myself.
That's apparently all that sucking.
Don't splice that. Do not splice that saying.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, that's a beautiful soundbite, Walt. That's a great. I like it. How about this baby? There's a jaw buster.
Oh wow! Haven't seen that. I can't tell you. 25 cents.
Yeah.
What the hell can you buy for 25 cents anymore?
I haven't seen that $5 ago.
Unbelievable.
Those were jawbreakers.
There you go.
Oh my God, Gelt.
Yeah, Gelt.
What is it?
Chocolate coins.
Yeah.
Oh, what? Oh, Gelt.
It was like a Jewish thing. They, for Hanukkah particularly, they give it's a money-oriented thing. So the Jews cornered the market on those things. They gave it to the kids. Oh, have a little Gelt, and they give the kids all the coins. And if you're a good kid, you got more.
I didn't know that.
It was when you played Dreidel, Dreidel, Dreidel. That was what you gave out for Dreidel, Dreidel, Dreidel.
Is that right?
Right.
Yeah.
But they actually later on they put bubble gum in those.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they put like bubble gum in the coin things.
Playing some Jewish music now. Hey, all right, here's another baby here. Razzles. I love Razzles.
I forgot about those guys. Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And they had to
We
make
had
it
them last
flour.
week.
Yeah, but Razzles was like another thing. It was like it was a weird, but it was a really delicious taste. But I don't go for this stuff with all the sour and all that. But they had different flavor Razzles, and each one of them was really pumping. It was like it popped when you ate it. It was good.
But it was a candy that was compressed together, and when you bit it and broke it down, it turned into gum.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I like
that. Was pretty cool. That's a good idea.
Whoa! You just reminded me of something else. Which were the bottle tops?
The bottle caps. Tastes like soda, right? It tastes like soda.
Yeah, but it was kind of like the Razzle thing you're talking about, where if you chew them long enough, it kind of turned into gum or something.
No, not that. It tasted like soda, the bottle caps.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I'm a little foggy, but that reminded me what you were talking. And it was like a transforming the semi-solid properties of the candy tended to shift over time after consumption.
Right.
That's it.
He's right. That's it.
I like,
right with the saying. Yeah. That's.
By the way, I like the way Mark explained. He sounded like a scientist there for a minute. The way
years of research, my friend. Absolutely. Right. Absolutely.
That was the bottle caps. That's it right there.
That's them with the little ridges. Yep.
Very
I'm trying to remember what they tasted like, but
they tasted like the soda. So if the Coca-Cola one was good, it tasted just like Coca-Cola.
Right, and they had root beer ones, and I didn't like the root beer ones. Yeah,
the root beer. They had orange
that.
soda. They had grape soda. Yeah, that's why they were called bottle caps.
Bottle caps.
You know, it's funny too when you start thinking about this. Don't you? Tell me the truth though. You could almost in memory taste the stuff that we speak about.
Sure.
Like about these things.
Bringing back my childhood. Yes,
there's like memory taste in your head. You know what I'm saying?
You remember where you were when you had it.
Right. If I say to you, like, this is another Jersey thing, I believe, was the Drake's company. We used to eat those. Matter of fact, the white little cakes with the cream in the middle. Not the chocolate
Double Dogs, baby.
Not Double Dogs. The other one.
Yodels.
Oh, I love those too. The white one.
The white. Oh, Twinkies.
Thank you. Twinkie. Oh, very good.
That was Hostess.
They were yellow.
Hostess. They're yellow? Okay, whatever.
Yeah, that was
with the white cream in the middle.
Yeah. So if I said to you, take a Twinkie right now and bite it in your mind, can't you just taste that and smell it right now?
Yeah,
Yes.
Right.
that spongy cake of joyness.
That's an interesting point too. When you can remember what that tastes like, and then you try one now, you could tell the difference between what it was like
That's
back
right.
then and now. A lot, not everything, but a lot of these companies are changing that formula a little bit, cutting ends on price and whatnot. And there is a difference, a substantial difference in the taste of some of these things. And that kind of hurts me a little bit. It hurts me a little bit. I want to talk to somebody about this problem in America.
Yeah,
Mark, it's deep state. Don't go there.
Sons of bitches. I'll shoot them.
I'm telling you, Yodels, the chocolate they use for Yodels and Ring Dings is all different than when we.
Oh, I didn't say that. They're a very big company. Cut.
If you remember, when we were younger, the Yodels, now you get them in a 2-pack, they were individually foiled.
Yes.
I remember them individually foiled. And you put it down on a table, you stretch it out to make it perfectly flat. Yeah, I remember it. Right? You take your fingernail, you're like, you little bastard.
You get it straight out. That's right.
Right.
How did you eat it?
I know exactly where you're at, brother.
How did you eat it, Walt?
What?
How did you eat it? That's my soundbite.
I broke it in pieces. And I ate it with a fork.
Did you really?
Get out of here.
No, I'm not telling you how I ate it.
I heard you ate it as a suppository.
Listen, that was one time I needed the money.
Let me show you how to make my yodel disappear. Oh.
Yodel. I would eat
that.
Okay. That yodel had a very thin little crust around it of chocolate. Very thin chocolate. Very thin.
That wasn't chocolate.
And I would eat all the chocolate off lightly. And then I'd unroll it and I would eat the corners off too. The corners.
That was a yodel.
Yeah, the yodel.
Yodel.
Yes, yodel.
Yeah, but if you kept them in the refrigerator and made them cold, it was very easy to peel the chocolate off of them.
That's right. So I'm not the only one peeling the chocolate off of those babies.
No.
I would eat all the chocolate first and then eat the whole thing with the cream at once.
Right.
Yeah,
right. You can do that.
Side, the devil dog side, when you eat the devil dog, as soon as you bite that in the amount, the thing would get stuck to the top and bottom of your thing. You needed to get the rest of it down. You couldn't eat it like dry.
It would get stuck on the roof of your mouth.
Yes, big time. So it's had a big.
That's what she said. Yes.
That's what she said. And then they made a devil dog that was extra large called a Swiss roll without the chocolate.
Yeah. That was a hunkin' piece of stuff.
Oh yeah.
That was for pro women.
That's right. That was women with big mouths. Yes.
If you look now, though, the devil dogs are really light and airy. They're not like the cake we used to eat with the cream.
I haven't had one in a long time, but I know exactly what you're talking about. It brings back to that point.
They lightened it up.
The changes have happened. Absolutely.
How retarded are we? We're all sitting here talking about devil dogs and candy. I mean, how really retarded is all this? You think about
how easy was this?
The world is full of COVID, and we're sitting here talking about
well, you want to talk about that? Come on.
Not at all. Not at all. Please. How about these babies? How about this? Okay, Mark and Walt, what do you think about this?
Oh, wow.
Forgot, huh?
Yeah, kind of did. Yeah. I'm trying to remember what they tasted like exactly.
What was it like a powdered?
Hold on, go back to that picture, please. Yeah. So, hold on. There's also Smarties that were not candy coated. They were just like, right?
You're right. You're absolutely right. There was another Smarties brand candy.
Yeah. So I'm familiar with those Smarties. The ones in the picture there, I'm really not familiar with.
This was a little late.
Those are the ones. Yeah. You got the Smarties in your Halloween bag.
Yeah.
Look at them. They're M&Ms. Who they kidding?
Those are different Smarties, though.
Is that chocolate in there?
Yeah.
I see the one that's in half. It looks like chocolate.
No, the other one, the one you were talking about, Mark, was the one that had the little twisted ends.
Yes. In the cellophane, yes.
And you'd have like 30 of them in there, and you just eat like 7 of them at a time.
Mm-hmm. Yes, they were round shaped, flat with the concave on each side. Sure, absolutely. They were wonderful. Sure, multicolor. It was multicolor, living in harmony before we even had a problem. How's that?
See, when
I put them in my mouth all the time.
There's his clip. There's your me. There's your gift.
I didn't discriminate. I ate every last color.
That's a gift meme. We can take that little clip, that gift as a gift meme, and just say it over and over and over. I put them in my mouth all the time. I put them in my mouth. You know what's really funny here?
Turn that into a meme.
You know what's funny when I think about this, though? You're absolutely right. Well, let me move on. I have a bunch of quick ones because we're almost at the end here, and we didn't really get anything done. Look, Kit Kat.
Love them. That's not a well. I had one of those last week. Yeah, shoot.
I love Kit Kats. I mean, you can't
Me too. Love them. Yeah, I didn't even consider that an old kid, but you're right. I mean, I guess they came out a long time ago.
Yeah, they're around forever. Those things.
But when you say an old candy, you're talking about when 50, 60, 70. I mean, it depends on when you're born. If you're in the middle of your 50s, your 60s and 70s, your candy. If you're a little older, it's the 50s and 60s. Here's something that's an old candy that's been around a long, long time.
Oh God, you got me. Yep.
Right.
I remember getting them on Halloween. I did not buy them. I can't say I'm a fan, but God, talk about a classic candy. There it is. Bit of honey. Classic. Yep. Classic.
How about Tootsie Drops, Tootsie Pops?
Oh wow.
That's an old one.
So what those were was the Tootsie Pops in like a little lifesaver type of thing, and it had Tootsie Roll in the middle of it.
In a roll.
I kind of forgot about that whole little thing.
No, it's like a search.
Yeah,
it was like a search.
We all forget about these things too. How about? Here's another one here. I brought that up earlier. Is this the other one with the gum? There's the pink bubble yum.
Mm-hmm.
That's spider eggs in it.
Right, the spider eggs. And here, Walt, I just grabbed one of these. Oh, there's the Razzles. Here it is. There you go. There's the Smarties that you guys are talking about.
Is that smart, kids? Those are sweet tarts, bro.
Sweet tarts.
Look at it. It says it right on it. Smarties right on the box.
I can't see it so good.
You can't?
No.
Those are not the ones we're talking about, though.
Well, there's Smarties here with the chocolate, and then there's these Smarties that were dry, little round discs that were in a long roll.
Okay.
Yeah. That's the two different kinds of Smarties that exist.
These are the sweet tarts that Mark was talking about.
Yes, yeah, that's what I thought that was. Yeah, sweet tarts were great. I like sweet tarts very much. Yeah.
How much candy do you have over there, Walt?
Oh, I don't have them.
I picked them. I had them upstairs. I bought like one of those bags over at Sam's Club. That's got like every candy in it.
How about these babies?
Swizzle sticks. Oh, rock candy.
No, rock candy.
Well, you could call them swizzle sticks. I never seen those purple ones like that before, but yeah, rock candy.
I don't understand what that little, like the stick with the little ball at the end of it was.
Oh, well, I know I used to have at my restaurant when we served them with cappuccino or something that they take this. It was like a novelty to put it in there and swoosh it around, so I don't know if the ball was just a decorative end that was less likely to puncture your eyeball or something, but
actually, now that I think of it, the way you make rock candy is you take a string or a stick and you put it down into the water. So that might have been the thing. The ball probably held the stick
purpose. Right.
Yeah. And you have to let it dry. It has to dry up and then form around the stick as it dries up, and the sugar separates from.
That's probably safe.
I remember making rock candy as a kid. I remember making it. Yeah.
How about on a string though?
Pom-poms.
I didn't like those. I saw them. I don't like them because the insides were like a peanut buttery powder. So I didn't really like them. But I did just notice that it says Laurel and Hardy on the top of that.
On the pom-pom? Yeah. Well, that they always had different people promoting that different,
Oh wow, look at that.
Yeah, Laurel and Hardy pom-pom contest on the back of the. They have different people promote things at different points of history. That's the game.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of those though.
Mark, have you ever asked to promote anything? You ever asked to put your name tag on something to promote?
Well, I'm still in a case over that, so I can't discuss.
I read that.
No, we did a few things. Trixter did songs, a few things. Once for probably most notable, Nintendo. Mario Brothers. We're on the Mario Brothers soundtrack for White Knuckle Scoring.
Wow. That'd be real.
That's that 1 in a million.
Really cool.
No, Line of Fire. It was more apropos for the thing, but A Line of Fire was actually the first single released to the rock audience, and apparently people at Nintendo dug it. And we got a Nintendo endorsement where all the guys got our little games and stuff. And every once in a while, he'd come out on the road and say, "Hey guys, I got some presents for you." We're like, "Yeah!" You know?
Let me tell you, well, John. Let me tell you a quick story before we stay on as long as we want. But Mark, I used to hang out with him a few times down at his restaurant, and he told me a story that, if I'm right, you bought Peter Criss's kids drums, correct? Or Peter Criss?
No, it was Gene Simmons. It was Gene Simmons' son Nick, I believe. Right. I forget it was. I think it was his birthday. I'm a little confused now. But the drummer of Kiss was Eric Singer at the time, and he had a big fancy endorsement. He was a big star and get whatever he wanted. But the company that he had was Ludwig Drums, and Nick, Gene's son, was a little guy, so he wanted to get a miniature drum set. And they have good miniature drum sets out there, but Ludwig didn't make one. So he comes to me, he goes, "You got to help me out. I need a drum set for Gene's kid. What am I going to do?" I said, "Let me make a phone call." So I called my people over Latin Percussion. They made a smaller size drum set, and we were able to hook him up with one. So I guess I'm responsible for getting Nick his first drum set, but it was really a gift from Eric Singer. And we were all friendly at the time, and that's how, that's just how things work. We help each other do whatever's necessary. But it was a pretty cool thing, and the idea that I had a hand in possibly starting them off and getting cooking with music, that was awesome. He used to come out on the road every once in a while, and he'd be running around like crazy around backstage, and we're like, "What the hell? It's Gene's kid." Like, "Oh, wow." So he'd come over and, "Hey, you want to play the drums?" And I put him up on my drum set, go bing bang, bing bang, bing bang. So it was kind of cool, a little contribution to the man.
Those were the stories I got down at the Copper Bottom.
Yeah, it was fun stuff, man. Yeah, you got some other ones too, I guess. But,
we won't talk about. Let's not talk about those.
Are those in the courts as well?
So he did a great job. He did a great job with the restaurant. Made it look like he had a great stage there where music could be put on in the back with the metal bars across the top. It looked like almost like a stage at a concert. And then Hurricane Irene, right? It was Irene that destroyed the place, if I'm not mistaken, right?
I don't remember her name, but she was a bitch. Yeah,
she came and put water in this place.
She came and not in the good way.
I'd give him one of those. He deserves one. He could deserve one of those. Anybody who likes jokes is good by me. We all love the jokes. Hey, speaking of jokes, I was thinking about this today with you guys because I don't know. You're in a music business, so do you always? When you're in the music business, you're music 24/7. Do you ever get to the point where you just like, I just can't hear anymore. I don't want to listen anymore. I just want to get away. And what are you listening to?
Talk about candy.
Yeah, it's funny when I'm in the car now. It varies, but more often than not, I like silence.
Silence.
Yeah, okay. Sometimes there's times I put on. There's a good station out here called K-Bach, which is classical. Sometimes I put that on. It's like, so smooth. I got a smooth riding car, and just hitting the highway for a while. Listen, that could really put you back where you belong. You know what I mean? I think that's kind of cool. So yeah, I didn't listen to rock. I guess when I was younger, I did. But as I got older, got into fusion, got into country. And for a while, I couldn't get in the car and listen to Van Halen anymore. I couldn't listen to Kiss, all the bands I love. But I guess after a while, I started to expand my horizons and started to listen to other stuff. But when I got back to when I got back to the drums, there's nothing greater to play than hard rock. You know what I mean? When it comes to slamming the crap out of something, there's nothing better. There really isn't. So
how was the backstage stories? Is it true that like as being a musician, a rock guy, and like the women coming all over you, or like always like, hey, trying to get backstage pay? You run into that kind of behavior as well?
No, it never happened.
Never happened.
Never happened.
He's married.
That's a silly question. Listen.
Wrong number.
Whether it was our level or not, I remember being in the club scene and things got crazy. So Walt can't even contain himself. He knows exactly what I'm talking about. I'm sure Walt did a bunch of performances like it gets crazy back there sometimes. I could tell you stories about what happened in the parking lot, for crying out loud.
Oh my God.
In the club scene, I had sexual relations on Route 35 in Jersey. On the route, not freaking like a hotel on the route.
What's amazing? he could talk about this, but not the other stuff. That's great.
It's crazy, man.
I grew up I'm a comedian. You know what I get? Drunk people come up. Hey, you hear this Polish guy? He goes in, he's got a glass bottom boat, and I'm like, please leave me alone. I can't breathe. I get just the opposite. This game's a whole. Totally
Let me tell you what a stand-up guy Mark is, because we used to hang out. When we opened up Jester's Comedy Club, Mark showed up for the opening night.
Classic. Great time.
Yeah,
Great time.
For the opening night over at the castle.
I would imagine Mark likes a good dick joke, right? Like a couple of good chicks.
A couple of what?
A couple of good dick jokes, classic jokes.
Jokes, yes. I didn't know what you
Speaking
said.
of joke, today's a candy one. This is a great classic candy joke, Mark. I bet you Walt probably knows it. So early one morning, this really fat kid sitting in an airport terminal. He's eating a giant-sized candy bar, right? And this old man strolls over and sees the boy, and he stops and he says, hey, kid, you think it's a good idea to eat a giant candy bar like that for breakfast? And the boy goes, I don't know. My grandpappy lived 102 years old, and he's okay. And the old man goes, well, I'm sure he did, but he goes, I bet you he didn't eat a giant candy bar for breakfast, did he? And the kid says, nope. He just minded his own fucking business. Cute joke. The candy joke. This is fun. Mark is a cool guy. Mark, you're a really cool guy. I always say
marginal. That's kind of you. Thank you. Thank you.
Marginal. Okay. Well,
you guys are aces, and I've known Walt a long time. A lot of fun. Good man. Good man. That's why I'm here. And John, only the highest praise for you, sir. And thank you for having me.
First person to say it. First person to say such nice things about Walt. This is amazing. I'm like shocked. I'm like amazed.
I got the check. So
I meant to tell you, don't cash it just yet. Don't cash it yet.
Hey, anything coming up for you, Mark? By the way, anything coming up for you in the future? Coming up? I mean, after this all ends, what's going on?
Yeah, he's got concerts booked from now until December.
Look at this, Carol. Love you, Mark. See, look at that.
Thank you, sweetheart, Lisa, Carol, Dorsey Henderson. God bless you, hon.
Thank
you very much.
You know her?
Yeah, she was the chick on Route 35.
Oh. No, she was not. No, she was not. Oh God, I shouldn't have told you that one. Anyway,
actually, he was drinking heavily, and his right hand was in his crotch that night. He doesn't remember a thing. That's all he remembers.
Don't remember nothing.
But I have a few things that I want to do, but it all hinges upon being able to do something live. I'll be honest with you. I have a couple things I'm tinkering as far as studio wise. But at the end of the day, it should be like a ramp effect, particularly with like what I want to do with the Give It To Me Good thing. I want to put the song out. I wanted the video to launch, and the video is a launching pad for actually going to play live. To be honest with you, it's nice to record songs. Cool to put stuff out. It is not my total passion. My passion is to play live. I want to really do this. So I'm kind of angry. I'm a little frustrated in the sense that, I had this momentum going and I was very happy, but then to be stonewalled like this, it's like, oh my God, and I don't even know when I'm going to really have the opportunity to really launch this. So the last thing I want to do is put effort into making a video, promote it, get it cooking, and then not have the opportunity to launch work.
Yeah, I get you, man.
So I'm very scared to waste that hit at that step up to the plate, if you will. I'm curious to see when things get a little more normal. And or let me rephrase that. Let's see who wins the election, and we'll see how things turn out.
Plus, Mark, all this time off, you're getting up there in age.
Right. Yeah, I know. I need more hair dye.
Nah, you look good. You look good, Mark. You look good. You look strong. You look healthy. You look like a rock and roller guy that's made it through without all the drug, sex, and rock and roll beating him up. You did good.
I appreciate that. We didn't really do drugs. I mean, but other stuff out. But regardless, look at Keith Richards. Look at that son of a gun.
Yeah.
So I think there's a lot to be said for loving what you do. And if you're in a job that you hate going to every day, it will age you to the extent that, it doesn't matter if you're 40. I've seen guys look 60 at that age. And it's terrible. It's horrible. But the idea of loving what you do, it's not work. It's what you live to do every time you wake up. And I think the more we all do something like that, like John, what you do, Walt, what you love to do. The more we get to do exercise, the opportunity, having fun and having a great time, that's what we love to do. I think we're all going to be okay.
I'm with you,
Good.
bro. Do you believe it's purposeful what you do? You feel like you're on purpose when you're doing your music?
Playing live, yes.
Mhm.
And I like going this. I like making songs and people enjoy, and that's great. But the real, as far as the purpose that you're just talking about,
Yeah,
that's where the live comes into play, and that's where I feel my true contribution to anything. I always thought in a crowd, if I could touch one person, that would all be worthwhile. And the idea that so many people have offered so much love in return.
I'm leaving that alone. I'm leaving that alone. I know we're all
now he's not allowed to touch anybody.
Emotional sense.
Emotionally, yeah.
You saw my smile go up as soon as he says, "I just want to touch one person."
I know what he's thinking. As a matter of fact, that's the thing that take his career down. That one person.
Oh,
and she wears a blue dress. So
thanks for
you're definitely a pleasure, Mark. You're a really cool guy, and I appreciate coming on here and doing this. I know this is not your thing, and I got to tell you, you're a bag full of energy. You're a fun guy. You're having a good time. You prepared and had some candy written down so you could bring it up. He's like, well, he's on the point.
I know I'm going to forget, but also, you want to do this again, let me know. I'll have a couple of drinks before we'll really have a show. How about that?
You can't scare us, especially Walt. Walt actually has something attached to him right now. He's intravenous in beer.
God bless America.
What are you drinking, Walt? What is that?
It's actually just orange juice and cranberry juice.
That's
with
it?
vodka.
Yeah, where's the vodka?
No vodka.
I'm sorry to hear that.
What kind of?
It's about that time, isn't it?
Wednesday. It's Wednesday.
What's the difference?
Hump day. Taco Tuesday, Hump Day Wednesday. Come on, doesn't matter what day it is.
Hey, maybe he's smoking.
It's COVID season.
All right, the next time you come on, Mark, we're all going to have a drink in our hand, and we're going to do this.
I'm in.
Drinking
Shots.
Vodka
and
Red Bull.
Shots.
Thanks a lot, Mark, for coming on, man.
Thank you. You are
great to see you guys. Thanks so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Anybody wants to see get in touch with Mark, you go to where? You go to markgusscott.com. MarkGussScott.
Hit him up on Facebook too.
And on Facebook as well. Thank you, Mark.
And thanks so much. Great to see you, Walt. God bless you. And John, thank you so much.
Thank you, brother. Thank you for doing this.
Stay well.
Have fun.
See you next week, guys. Ciao for now. Hey, wait. Just whatever you do, just remember to like, share, go to the YouTube channel, like and share. I forgot all about that every time. We were not.
Gotta do it.
Yeah, we got to do it. Like and share.